are, and I quote, a kind heart, a loving spirit, and a positive attitude. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am so happy it is Friday Eve. It's 75 degrees in the shot. No, that's what I'm wishing for, y'all. For all of you who are listening across the country and across the world who are actually in 75 or plus degree weather, do not DM me today, okay? Do not. We got a packed show for you today, and as always, it is always our aim to send you back better than you came. We definitely want to level you up on this Thursday so you can go into the weekend just right. So don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. What's up,
Hey, it's your man,
y'all?
Action Jackson,
Hey,
and the
let's see.
business spotlight of
Woo,
the
there
week
you
is
go.
Lorenzo's
There you go.
Frozen Pudding. Available in Snicker
I need
Strawberry,
this for
Real
1
Banana,
second.
Hawaiian Pineapple, and
Yeah.
Chocolate Mousse.
Hey,
Southern
believers.
style
Hey,
frozen
Tina.
pudding available
Hey,
at your local
Zoe.
Jewel Osco. Go to LorenzosFrozenPudding.com
Y'all,
for
we got
more
a great
information.
topic today.
This business
As
spotlight
we
was
do
brought to you by the
always.
Dream
I'm
Center,
getting ready to
Co-working and
set up
Business
Instagram.
Support
Well, no,
Services.
Adam. Let me not take credit.
Attention
Adam is getting ready to
Get
set up
your new
Instagram.
Buddy Bear
And then
yearly
we're gonna
Buddy Pass
actually
for as low
release the
as
topic. No, you know what? Since
$17
Facebook,
a
you've
month
been
for the entire
wrong
year.
city.
No matter where you are, with
No.
over 15 locations, you can go anytime
no,
and get your
since we
car
only got
washed
1 minute, we're
every
gonna
day
set up
if
the
you
topic
want.
after we
All
get through.
year long, Buddy
So
Bear
I gotta
members will
get
receive
it.
exclusive perks
Give me a
and
second.
offers throughout the membership.
One
Go to
second.
BuddyBearCarWash.com. That's BuddyBearCarWash.com and get your membership today. You can ride out with a clean ride tomorrow. That's BuddyBearCarWash.com.
Dreaming of a new home or selling at a great price? LNS Development is your go-to.
Expertise in real estate and mortgage loans, we make the process seamless and rewarding.
No more hurdles in your property journey.
Buying, selling, or refinancing, we've got your back.
Dial area code 773-616-0906 and step into your property dreams with LNS Development. Area code 773-616-0906.
LNS Development, making property dreams a reality.
We're in the Raw with Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
Well, my In the Raw segment today is featuring a fantastic woman. Her name is Celicia Weber, and she is our special guest. She is the founder of Blue Freedom Project. Well, Celicia was presented to us by Secure Home and Automation. You know, our resident security guru, Mr. Stacy Chauncey, and she is dedicated to preventing human trafficking through creative events and empowering survivors to build careers through the Blue Freedom Project career development program. You know, this is a huge topic, particularly in your larger cities where human trafficking is at an all-time high. So I am so proud to have you join us in her impactful discussion about the upcoming fundraiser that you can actually take part in so that we can eliminate human trafficking. We're going to give a big brunch welcome to Celicia Weber.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and shout out to Stacy. Yes, so Blue Freedom Project was founded in 2017, and we work in the community to bring awareness to human trafficking as well as combat it. So we work with the Chicago Police Department and different other organizations that share the same cause as we do. And on Saturday, April 6th, we will be having our 7th annual fundraiser. So with this fundraiser, it is a fashion show. That's how we bring the creative aspect to it, but it's a very serious topic. We will be bringing awareness to human trafficking. Every year that we do this event, people come back and say, I learned so much. I didn't know it was a thing in Chicago. I didn't know, I thought it was a third world country issue, but no, it's happening right here, and we need to save our kids by bringing awareness to the issue and to combat it.
Well, I am so happy that you said that because you're right. People they don't really think that it's a thing in Chicago. However, it's a thing across the nation, and it's because it's not talked about.
Exactly.
And mainly because minority children and minority people are being grabbed and put into this sex trade, and you don't ever see them again. So you have all these missing Black women, missing minority women, and it doesn't get the attention if it were a blonde hair, blue eye. Now, anybody that's missing should be we should
Yeah.
put out all the resources to find them. But now recently your organization launched a career development program. Now, how does this program support survivors of human trafficking? Now, that's another issue because some people get out of that sex
Right.
trafficking
Right.
situation and then they have to re-enter into normal society but act normal even though they've been
Exactly.
they've had extenuating circumstances that were abnormal.
That's very true. So thankfully, over the years, our organization, the name has been getting out there, and we got our first bit of funding from Chicago Beyond, and we use those funds to open our office. In our office, we can provide these career development resources. We have laptops if the survivors don't have laptops. If we have all of the things that they would need to start their career. So why this is so important, if they went to any other business in Chicago or anywhere else, they would not probably have the privacy that we provide. Since this is such a unique situation that we're dealing with, we know how to provide them with the privacy. We close the office the day that they're coming in, and we work one-on-one, hand in hand with them, because when you have been trafficked, you lost some dignity. You don't feel safe. So we are trained individuals that provide this service in a safe environment. And days that we are going to have this, we don't publicize it. We don't want people to come back looking for them. We also will take our resources, our laptops, our curriculums, and we also go to safe houses. There are a few safe houses in Chicago that we partner with. Whenever we go into the safe houses, we turn off our locations on our phone. We do not publicize that we're doing that day, and that's for the safety of the survivors. We want every victim to become a survivor, but we know there's a lot more work to be done. So we're doing what we can with the resources that we have. And that's why getting the word out, doing this event that we do every year, that's why it's so important.
So you said this is your 7th annual, which means this has been going on a long time, because I'm sure it was going on before you started the organization. Now, can you just briefly tell us when these trafficked victims come into your organization, do they tell you their stories, and can you share some of the most impactful stories that you've ever heard?
Yes. I started doing this work as a passion. When I received my master's degree, I said, I want to give back. I want to learn more about human trafficking and bring awareness to it. Well, my passion became a 501c3 organization. We have amazing board members. So I've seen some of the most saddening, sickening things that an individual can ever witness. And one of the stories that comes to mind, I met a beautiful young lady. We were doing a nonprofit event together, and she just kept gravitating towards me on the subject of human trafficking. So I pulled her to the side and I said, "What's your story? You're so sweet. You're so beautiful. You're so nice. What's your story?" She said, "I'm a survivor." Many times survivors are even at our events, but they don't want me to say that. They don't want people to know. And for their safety and for their sanity, we don't publicize. It could be someone that's working at the event that day. It could be one of the models that's in our fashion show. We do not publicize that for their dignity. We want to restore the dignity. So back to this young lady, I asked her what was her story, and she said that she was a survivor. And I said, "How did it first happen? How did you get on the streets? How did you get taken and sold?" And every story is different. Her story is she had been homeless from time to time in her life because her family was unstable. One of the times she was homeless, she was in a Chicago library, and a man approached her and he offered her a place to live. After she had been living there for 3 months, because they don't do it right away. After she had been living there for 3 months, he said, "I need you to help me. I need you to help me pay rent. So I'm going to bring some friends over and I need you to do me a favor." She was young, innocent, had no idea what she was involved in, and was in that lifestyle for a year. Many people don't get out. Many people are never found. And as you stated, especially our Black and brown kids. And it's not just girls. So many times we think of the girls. There are boys that are trafficked. There's a 14-year-old survivor that we worked with. There are so many different stories. And the more we talk about it's such a touchy subject, and it's such a dark subject. When we do our fashion show, that's how we bring people in. But then we're able to touch such a dark subject at a time where people have an opening ear. So there's so many stories that I can tell you, and they're all sad, but we want to get more survivors out of this lifestyle.
Wow.
Are there survival strategies that you can impart to the listeners so that they can prevent being trafficked?
That is such a good question. So we do partner with Chicago Public Schools. Sometimes when they have their career development programs, you'll see us there with a table. We like to work on the prevention side so that this doesn't happen. And we want to protect our children. So sometimes in our mind, we think, well, my daughter is only 7 years old. It's not time for her to hear that. Yes, it is. Because you know what? They get them through TikTok. They get them through video gaming. They get them through Instagram. Sometimes as a parent, you may not really be watching or you may not really be paying attention, but your kid may be on Instagram, maybe on TikTok, talking to someone that's presenting themselves as a kid, especially gaming, kids that's into gaming. So it's never too young. When a child is at the age of understanding, that's when we can start providing the prevention and to make them aware so that when you're in high school and there's a guy that wants to take you to prom, you've never seen him before, but now he wants you to meet his adult friends. That's how it starts in very, very tricky ways. These people have been doing this for years. They're very strategic. So we have to be strategic as well.
I would have never thought that. Like you're looking at what your kids are watching, but you don't look at who your kids are talking to. So that you have to delve into and make sure that, like you said, for your safety and your own sanity, because imagine how crazy a parent is looking for their child. I mean, just, and I don't mean crazy in a mental way. I mean crazy, and I can't find my baby way. And that just is so, listen, this is such important work. And I'm so happy that you're having an event. Please share how our listeners can get involved and attend.
Yes. So our event is Saturday, this Saturday, April 6th at 110 North Wacker in Suite 325. You can get your tickets at www.bluefreedomproject.org. And we've partnered with Stacy and his business to provide 2 free tickets to your guests. So there will be 2 lucky winners when they check in at Will Call. They can say that they received the tickets by listening to 1390, and we will verify that with you guys to make sure that we get those tickets to the right individuals.
Well, believers, you heard it here. Shout out to our man Stacy Chauncey. He's giving away 2 tickets on behalf of Secure Home and Automation to the third caller that calls 855-999-1390. That's 855-999-1390. Third caller will win 2 tickets to this great event. Tell us the name of the event again, when and where.
It is our 7th annual Fashion for Freedom fundraising event. It will be held Saturday at 110 North Wacker in Suite 325 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Come and have a great time.
And even if you are a victim and you are looking for resources, this might be the place where you change your life through the Blue Freedom Project. So definitely want to attend. Or if you are a parent of a person who has been trafficked, definitely you want to connect with these kinds of resources. Celicia, you are doing a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story and your resources with our listeners. Thank you so much. Y'all heard it here first. There is hope for trafficking victims, and we are doing it. It's up to us to save us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep doing the work that you're doing. You know, faith without works is dead.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm so grateful that we're a faith community, that we believe in our faith, but we work our faith. And when we do that, Jesus can work it out. If Jesus can work it out, Dr. Charles G. Hayes and the Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer right here on Inspiration 1390.
Celicia, I wasn't just saying that for radio. You definitely are doing, like I talked to the outgoing mayor and the incoming mayor about this trafficking situation.
I know.
It is getting so bad in Chicago. It's bad all over. Do you remember when Marcel wasn't here the last week?
Turn it down.
Jarrell, remember when Marcel wasn't here and we were doing like Facebook and Instagram and we could hear each other? Now then Marcel came back, now they can't hear each other. In other words, turn it down for me, please.
I'm like, where are you landing the plane?
Right,
lady?
land the plane. I was thinking about that last time. I was like, when Marcel wasn't here, we did this social media exclusive, and we could hear it. Then you came back with all your glory.
Well,
or noise.
It was just you talking though.
That's
I wasn't
true.
here. You didn't have a partner in the room, you know. So you can still talk. They listening. Somebody said they were waiting on.
I know. But anyway, what I was saying is, thank you so much. Definitely want to partner with you on this.
Praise is what I do.
That's not what was on the day.
But I changed it. But that's why.
Well, we're gonna take pictures with you. Do you have a caller?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. We had two. I was waiting on the third one.
No, today.
No,
So,
he's saying two people called. We said the third
and
caller.
Facebook. Today's topic. First of all, I want to set it up so you know that May and April shower you with blessings. And
Now
in this
listen,
new month,
I thought you was listening. That's why I started talking real slow.
But we always talk about how we can change.
And I knew it was, look, I knew it was on the list. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be easy for them to move up.
I'm gonna just wait.
Do you got ADD, Jake, listening?
No, they can't hear because you're doing too much talk. Let me just set it up first, then you can talk.
Oh my God, go ahead.
Talk it off. Anyway, so we always talk about changing our environments, but we usually start with changing the people around us. We first have to start with changing ourselves. Change starts from within, and then it permeates without. Stop trying to change people you can't. So if there are 3 things that you could change about yourself, what would they be? I want to see the comments in the thread on both platforms, and thank you so much. So Zoe says, no one can hear you, Tammy. Thank you.
So I don't know if I like this then, because every break, everybody got to be quiet on the set in between commercials.
No, not every break. But you definitely want your listeners to be, your
Zoe
followers.
just talking. They hear you.
No, they don't.
Tina saying,
I can hear myself.
You ain't got to hear yourself.
Anyway, let's take a picture.
Okay.
Can you pass me that lens? Thank you.
You look great. Put you in the middle.
Okay.
Come over a little bit so you can see the French Bunch logo.
I'm not taking the picture. Don't look at me.
Oh, well.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool.
It was a pleasure to
Thank
meet you.
you
Keep
so
doing
much.
the great work
Thank
that you're
you guys
doing.
so much for having me.
You were amazing too.
Thank you. I was so nervous.
I couldn't tell. Could not tell. You did that like a pro.
Thank you,
12 years
Bettina.
of work and we never get exposure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You never get exposure?
But this is our first time being on a radio. Or
Are you serious?
7th annual, and
Oh yeah, we gotta change it because this is 7 years prior to you formulating your organization. About 10 years, that's when I first started hearing about human trafficking. But if you look at that, what's that movie, Taken?
Be quiet, Zoe.
That really does speak to the human trafficking issue. And that was 10 years ago, better than 10 years ago. So we have to really look to the arts to see what life is really mimicking.
yes.
But this is super important.
Yes.
And there's some legislators that are really championing that cause, and perhaps you need to connect with them. And hopefully I can be that portal to connect you with them.
What a guest.
Well, I appreciate what you
Ken
do.
is
Thank
with
you so much. Have a
the
good
guest,
night.
but he's not the guest.
3 things you could change about yourself.
Ken, you know what Tyler is?
Oh, basketball mom said, Action Jackson, watch your tone.
I ain't thinking about basketball. I'm about to say, who is that? That's your people.
Yeah, but your people's gang
That
go
ain't.
through signs, y'all.
That's biased.
Go through signs, y'all.
Bettina said, I hear you both loud and clear.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Bettina. Unbiased
This
opinion.
is not necessarily.
Zoe is biased.
How is Zoe biased? Zoe's tell the truth. She the
Yeah, right. Zoe on your side. Look, basketball mom is your crew. Y'all gangbanging up here now.
So 3 things you would change about yourself. Now, for me, I have changed my quick to respond nature. And sometimes when you're quick to respond and you don't think about your response, you hurt the other person you're responding to.
That's true.
Because you don't formulate your words. The second thing that I would change is my dismissiveness. I get that from my father. One time my father told me that he's had 5 wives. And so his second, this was his 3rd wife. He said that he saw her coming home from work, and she was at a I hope my dad is listening. I hope he don't mind me sharing this. But anyway.
Well, if he do, he
it's
ain't
too
gonna,
late.
you
I'm
ain't gonna
gonna
get
tell
the
the
memo.
story. Anyways, this is where I got this from. But he said he was coming home from work. He saw his wife like kissing another man at an open bar. So in Brazil, you got a lot of cafes. And so I said, well, did you say anything? He said, no, I didn't say anything. I said, so you just went home and y'all just went on about your day? He said, yeah, because I figured if she wanted to kiss him, she would kiss him. So then he saw that 2 more times. I said, you never said anything? He said, no, I never said anything. And then she said she didn't want to be in the relationship anymore. He said, okay, good luck.
I'm driving home. All their stuff's
I was
on the
about to
lawn.
say.
All their stuff's on the lawn.
I said all that to say not to talk about my father's business, but he never went back, tried to get her or nothing. He said people are going to do what people want to do, and
Hey.
I can't feel bad about it because that was her choice. So that dismissive nature, I inherited that from him. If I could change that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You like it a lot?
That takes a strong person to do.
It does, but sometimes you don't need to dismiss it because you say that about your relationship. But what about your relationship with your children? You're not supposed to dismiss it. What about your relationship with your parents?
Yeah, that's different. But I feel
No,
like
it's not different because
Relationships are
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Your dismissiveness is across the board. You don't target who you gonna dismiss.
Right.
That's just what it is. So if I
Right.
could change that, then I definitely would.
Did you feel that in other parts of his life? I don't mean to get
He
too
just
deep.
yes. He's the best person you ever want to meet.
Yeah.
But when you decide you want to go somewhere else, he's like, okay, have a good time. His mantra is hang with a bang. I said all that to say.
Hang with a bang.
So Zoe says she needs to be like my dad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change that, Zoe.
I think in that particular situation,
I think
that's
it's
a mature response to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the mature response in that particular situation. But what I'm trying to drive home is you don't have a pick and choose on who you dismiss.
Mm-hmm.
If that's in your nature, that's just in your nature.
Because if it's with your kids, it ain't mature.
My sister Tatiana is exactly the same way.
So your father's dismissive, like, okay, no drama.
No drama.
I'm just dismissing it. I mean, she did it. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. Then she left him.
She said, I don't want to be in
And
this
he
relationship.
didn't care. He just said, whatever.
He was like, okay, I wish you well.
That's a good thing.
But she's saying throughout the board, though. Like,
I mean, with family, friends, kids.
Everything.
That's it. Listen.
The other thing that I would
tie
change
into your feelings when I could dismiss anybody too, and I won't have a second thought about it.
Yeah, then you're probably my father's son.
But it take a long time for me to get there.
It don't take him no time. The second you say, this is not what I want, is the second he says, okay, good luck with your life. I'm still here for you.
Well,
now, like Adam said, y'all didn't hear that, but Adam said,
866.
your stuff is on the lawn. It's over. And your stuff on the lawn says you care. But you're hurt. You wounded. He's not hurt. I'm not hurt about your decision.
I've had that happen before too. A woman I was dating, I caught her doing something, and I just was like, whatever.
Ultimate safety that
And-
they bring
and-
to your home.
Kept it
Now,
going.
I asked him, would you have continued the relationship had she wanted? He was like, absolutely.
3344. Stacey Chauncey, 866-447.
I'm a
Y'all
Taurus,
are
so
missing my point. This is the thing I would change, y'all.
What's going on is the Brunch Lunch has some great new and exciting things happening. Like if you're not tuned in on social media, we have a new segment called Keep Quiet While Tammy is Talking. And it goes down, but I'm gonna have to get used to it. But I must say this. Tammy and I are big proponents of CBD.
Yes.
And when it was legalized, we were doing big educational pushes here on the show. And so, funny story. Last night, I drank a CBD juice or something, right? And I'm like, cool, I got a lot of work to do. I need to focus. I'm going to relax. I drank that can of CBD juice, and I was so relaxed, I was asleep at 8:30 and didn't wake up till today.
Could you bring me some of that?
And I just told him on the elevator, I'm like, I think I'm no Action Jackson today because I'm still real.
Without action.
I'm just relaxed. My
Actionless.
body is relaxed. So shout out to CBD. If you need to relax, call Tamara Fair on the air. She will definitely take care of you. Because
Take care, Tamara Fair on the air. Yes.
So in other news, we've got some great things happening in the city, but we have even greater things happening. I'm so excited that our very own Tamara Fair is one of the stars of the new movie Kingdom Reign.
I didn't see that coming.
I know, but you know, this show, and we love each other. We always look out for each other. And I would be remiss if I didn't take my time to talk about your upcoming Chicago premiere of the movie Kingdom Reign, going down at the Showplace Icon Theater April the 28th. Woo!
And that's a beautiful theater.
It is. And so listen, believers, there's going to be a blue carpet premiere of the film Kingdom Reign Volume 1, starring Theron G. Johnson, John Kennedy Terrell,
who was Flash in the 5 Heartbeats,
Angela Coates, Flojo, Walter Parker, and Chicago's own Tamara Fair. It's going down at the exquisite Icon Theater in Chicago, Illinois, April the 28th at 6 p.m. It's a black tie affair. And you know what, believers? Tamara was like, I don't know if we can announce it to the audience. And I said, of course we will. She said, well, the movie is rated R. And I said, okay. And she said, and there's some cursing. I said, okay.
I didn't say some. I said a lot of cursing.
A lot.
And I said I did a lot of cursing.
And I said, okay. And but I say all that to say, we're mature adults and we understand to choose what and what we don't want to do or see, right? And so if you're not offended by a rated R movie, which I'm sure most of you aren't because you go to the movies and see them all the time, come out and support Tamara Fair and her new movie, April the 28th. If you're interested in tickets, we have some special VIP tickets just for Brunch Bunch listeners. All you have to do is email info@thebrunchbunch.com for more information. That's info@thebrunchbunch.com. The stars of the movies will be in town. There'll be a VIP reception, blue carpet. We got the paparazzi gonna be in the building, Adam. And there's gonna be food and libations for those of you that partake. But if you don't, come out, support, network, meet some of the stars of the movie. There's a Q&A with the cast and the director and the producer. And listen, Tamara Fair is going to Hollywood. Not no time soon. She'll still be here on the show, okay? But she's
this is actually my first feature film. Like, I've been in a lot of little, now I won't say little because there's no acting job that's little, but episodics, and I've been in indie films. This is an indie film as well, but it's BET has been calling, and it's streaming. It's going to be streaming once we finish all of the premieres. So next is the LA premiere. DC sold out 2 theaters. We are definitely looking to match or beat DC. You know how competitive we are. And
listen, we know definitely how competitive you are.
Chicago doesn't have premieres anymore. Have you noticed that? This is like our first premiere in what, 7 years or so?
Well, I'm not like you. I'm not invited to the movie premieres like that, so I didn't notice we didn't have that many until you mentioned it. Yeah, and I said I have not heard of any or seen people in pictures on them. So I'm excited to put on my tuxedo.
Oh, please wear that same pink suit.
I am not gonna wear that same pink suit. Listen, while Zoe talking, I know she online right now buying her 3-4 tickets.
She said, let's go, Chicago. Sold out. And we are claiming it, putting it in the atmosphere, and all you have to do is make it happen. Thank you for that, Marcel.
No problem. So that is what's going on. Kingdom Reign Volume 1 will be premiering here in Chicago.
If you don't say
August 28th, April the 28th.
But if you guys don't remember, we had director, screenwriter Joshua Coates in the studio about a month ago, and literally he was talking about Kingdom Reign, and I had never seen the entire movie until we went to the DC premiere. It's actually a really good movie.
Well, I cannot wait to see it, especially because you're in it, you know, and I can't wait to see you on the screen cussing. You
can wait till we get out of the hallway.
All right. Hello, listen. No, but believers, Kingdom Reign, you don't want to miss it. Email info@thebrunchbunch.com because we want to make sure you get the special Brunch Bunch VIP discounted ticket. But you can only do that by emailing info@thebrunchbunch.com. And stay tuned because every day you never know when we may be giving away 2 tickets.
That's true.
To the premiere. But right now we're praying nothing but blessings over Kingdom Reign. And I'm asking God to rain down blessings from heaven on this movie and every endeavor that you have moving forward. It's Let It Rain, Bishop Paul Morton, right here on the Brunch Bunch.
I like that setup. So, guys, you guys are amazing, and you
Hold on, Tammy. Let me introduce you. And now we're on break. Back to Keep It Quiet with Tammy.
Quiet on the set for the rest of the time. Okay, you guys are amazing. You put up comments, but I think you kind of missed the point. I set that up and told you that was something I wanted to change. Now, if that's what you want to change into, be my guest. But now I do like the fact that it doesn't weigh on me when people decide, even like love interest or family members decide. I got an uncle who said he never wants to speak to me again. I said, okay, God bless your ministry. And I ain't thought about him since my mother cries about it every other day. And I'm thinking,
somebody just emailed for tickets.
Are you serious? Yes! Tickets are coming, selling. But anyway, so 3 things that you would change about yourself. I told you 2 of mine. And once you share more of yours, I'm going to tell you more. My last one that I would like to change. 3 things you would like to change about yourself. Oh, yes, the uncle standing in line. My uncle said he thought that my mom and I profited from something that we did. In fact, what he was looking at as a profit was actually a investment. And we didn't profit off of the investment. So he said, you all didn't share it with me. I never want to talk to you again. And it was the same uncle, if you remember, 6 years ago that cooked that nasty Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all remember I told you about it? I know it was a long time ago. Cherie said she got her ticket. Yes.
Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you so much for your support, Cherie. You are amazing, amazing, amazing.
Speaking of the uncle.
Yes, speaking of the uncle.
I cannot be here next Wednesday.
What that?
Thursday. I got to go visit my uncle.
Oh, I'm like, how did that go?
I got to go visit my Uncle Nearest in Nashville.
No, Uncle Nearest is a vodka. So,
it's a whiskey.
It's not an uncle.
No, listen. That's not that I partake in that. But Uncle Nearest asked me, would I like to come and visit that distillery? One day. And I'm like, of course. Send me details, whatever.
So you should have told them to send you Saturday or Sunday details.
They sent me email yesterday and said, hey, send us blah, blah, blah for your tour. And I'm like, well, how much is this? They're like, all expenses paid.
Oh, wow.
So they booked my flight and hotel and flying me to Nashville for a day to visit. I thought that was...
Uncle Nearest is a black... Actually,
the oldest, he taught Jack Daniels.
Jim Beam.
No, it's Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Sure? Well, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam were friends.
Right, I'm sure. But he made whiskey. He made the whiskey.
Yes. And so as a give back for all the years that they did, their family didn't profit, they gave them money to start up Uncle Nearest. Anyway, the last thing that I would change about myself is being so critical about myself. Like I can look in the mirror and I'll see one bump and I'll go crazy. Or I'll look at ounce of fat and I'm like, oh my God, I'm obese.
So what's your 3?
Change my dismissiveness, my self-criticism, and what was the first one I said, y'all?
Dismissiveness was the first one.
No, that was the second one. What? Because you had said something before I heard it. That's why I heard dismissiveness and what was this last one you just said?
Self-criticism.
Self-criticism.
Like I'll write something, or if I'm saying something, even sometimes when I'm on the radio, I'll like, you know what, I should have said that differently. Even when you, and this is intrinsic in all actors, you look at your work and you like, oh, I should have done it this way. Yeah. So self-criticism is, and self-doubt.
Let's wait to see though.
Self-destructive. So you definitely want to be pouring into yourself, even if other people don't pour into you.
What are 3 things I would change?
Calling people back.
Responsiveness. I had a whole speech about that in the meeting yesterday.
Did you?
Yes. I'm like, I know. I'm going to get better at that. AJ, what kind of juice did you drink? You don't want it, trust me.
I would change thinking people will change for the good. Yeah. Because you know what? Basketball mom, if in fact you had no expectations, you would have no disappointment. And you've said this before. In fact, you admonished me for saying, meet them where they are. And I think that's a part of my ability to dismiss. If I meet you where you are, then I'm okay with where you are. Right? I've changed my eating habits. No chicken and no turkey. That's a good change. That's an excellent change.
Who said that?
Basketball mom. Okay. 3 things you would change. So Tanya, what was the first thing I said?
Hey, what's up? Come on in. What's up, Tom?
Back.
Okay.
You're fine. Actually, you're
right on time, man.
What was the first thing I said about what I would change? See? I don't even know it. I can't change it. I can't remember it.
I think I did stay in your lane.
Hey, DJ Pino. What's going on? Thank you so much. Hey, Pen Pal.
How you feeling, man? I'm hanging in.
Doubting myself. You're right. Doubting myself. That was my other thing that I would change.
Oh, I'm like, who said that? Oh, doubting yourself.
Yep.
I would definitely change my responsiveness. I would, if I do want to, I would multitask too. I would figure out how to multitask.
Oh, that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Danny.
I want to say I wouldn't want to be as giving. But
I thought about that, but then I said, you know what? I don't want God to strike.
I said, but I don't want God to.
So I just let that go.
I like that.
I'm like, I'm blessed because of the giving, but sometimes I'm like, why did I just give to these folks?
You definitely needed to sleep according to staying in your lane.
Yes, when I slept.
Oh, thank you, Danny. I invited you to the DC premiere, and you did not come, and you missed it. Hopefully, you can come to Chicago or LA. I know you live in Philly, but please. Thank you. Real talk. All right, y'all. I gotta go back to the mic.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with...
It's your girl, Tamara Fair T Breezy, on the air, and I am super excited about our second guest in the studio, and that's Talay Thompson. Today on the Brunch Bunch Radio Show, we are rejoined. This is your second visit to the Brunch Bunch, so that makes you an official Brunch Buncher.
Mm-hmm.
Are you embracing it?
I love it.
Okay, I love it too. And Thompson is the founder of the West Side Block Club Association. Talay is here to discuss the upcoming March for Peace and Summer ceasefire agreement aiming at combating gun violence and fostering a community unity on the west side of Chicago. I had the pleasure of walking with you last time,
Yes,
and we definitely we felt it. We felt the presence of the Lord. We felt the presence of the change. And I don't know how the stats are from the last Peace Walk to this one, but I am encouraging everybody to actually come and join. We get one of Talay Thompson.
Thank you so much. Just elated to be here, and it's a delight. But we're moving forward with a March for Peace on April 13th. That's next Saturday. Starting at 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. We will gather at 10 a.m. and we will gather on the corner of Madison and Independence, which is the 3800 block of Madison. That's our major business district on the west side.
Yeah.
And we will walk westward down to Kilpatrick, turn around and march back to Independence. We will do so with the police escort. Could not have done this and put this together without the fine men and women of our police department and police officers on the west side. So we're elated about this and we're looking forward to it.
That's amazing. West Side in the building. Talay, could you share with our listeners a bit about your background and what inspired you to become involved in community advocacy?
Community work pretty much came from when I was doing work with a remarkable organization by the name of Rotary. Served as the president of the Maywood Proviso Rotary Club, as you probably know, Marcel.
Yep.
So many remarkable leaders in that club. Cook County Clerk Karen Yarbrough. Everybody keep the clerk in their prayers.
Who we're praying for, yes.
Keep the clerk in your prayers. She's a former president of that club, second mayor of Maywood, member of that club, and just so many remarkable people. That organization's primary focus is community service.
Mhm.
And so I learned a great deal while serving as one of the assistant district governors for all Rotary clubs in Chicago to do that type of work and how to do that type of work. And I'm here on the west side of my community, born and raised 4015 West Van Buren.
All right, West
Born
Side, Cape
of Van
Town.
Buren and Pulaski, a rock store away from the Eisenhower Expressway.
Well, I had the pleasure, as I aforementioned, of actually walking in the last ceasefire, and it was a lot of police presence, but it was not the police presence that the West Side is accustomed to, or the one that we admonish. It was an engagement. It was a friendship. It was a hand holding. It was, we are here as a support system to the community. So now your role that you see yourself in as a community organizer and actually getting stakeholders in the community to march in peace. Now, beyond what you've done last year, what do you see the upcoming results of this year's Peace March?
It's real simple. Last summer, according to the data that was given to us by the City of Chicago, the CSCC department, and one of our district council members, Dr. Brian Ransom, between May 1st and September 1st of last year, 2023, there were slightly over 80 murders that occurred in the major four West Side communities: the Austin community, the Garfield Park communities, Humboldt Park community, and the North Lawndale community. Collectively, between those four, we had 80, 81, 82 murders in those communities. Period, bottom line. Yeah, we have a bold goal to have 0 murders May 1st this year to September 1st this year. But come September 1st, if we can turn around and look back at the whole summer and there were 10, 15 murders, we can say as men, as women, as our partners, the Chicago Police District, we did a great job in our community to make our community safer.
That's amazing. And we all have to do something, right? And we can't just stay on the sidelines and talk about problems without solutions. So thank you guys for coming up with solutions. Community engagement is crucial for the success of initiatives like this, right? How have residents and community leaders responded to the March for Peace and the summer ceasefire agreement?
Man, it's unreal. We have individual residents. All people are residents, no matter where you fit on this spectrum. We have pastors who are coming out, church members who are coming out, alumni associations from the high schools on the West Side. Shout out to Farragut Alumni Association, Marshall Alumni Association, Austin Alumni Association. Spoke with all of their leaders this morning. They are ready to get the word out and come out. The churches are ready. The community-based organizations are ready. Shout out to the Garfield Park Right to Wellness Collaborative. They want to come out and support this effort. And then the street organizations, we're here to support them. We call the highest of the high, from a leadership perspective, individuals of influence. That's the term I want to use. Of these street organizations. On the West Side, we have 6 gangs. One of those gangs has about 4 or 5 factions, but we're just going to say 6 total. Of the 6, we have 5 of those gangs who have made a commitment. Their leaders made a commitment to not only march in this march, but to participate in this summer's truce. And we are elated about that. One of the organizations, Growth and Development, they have members coming from the South Side of Chicago. They have members coming from Indianapolis to participate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, you are actually, the work that you do is the Block Club Association. Now, why is the Block Club Association so important in its mission to garner peace?
Block Club Association is remarkably important to the work that's being done to make sure that we enhance the quality of life of residents on the West Side, because the data says that between the year 2000 and 2020, over 200,000 Black folks said, I don't want to stay here in Chicago anymore. And the data reflects that those people moved to Atlanta, Georgia, that many of us consider the Mecca for Black people. They moved to Houston, they moved to Dallas, they moved to Charlotte, and they just moved for certain reasons. Well, one of those reasons is they just didn't feel as safe as they want to feel. So Block Clubs, we decided that we wanted to reactivate these things that our grandparents started during the Great Migration when they came to Chicago and kept our community safe. And we said we want to reactivate that notion, reactivate that movement, so we can move forward collectively with our police as partners to make our community safe.
Now, the summertime, the March is the culmination of what your organization stands for. But there's still work that's going on between the March. And why is summertime so important? Do you see a spike in crime in the summertime? And what are the efforts that you're doing throughout the entire year to garner peace?
Well, working as the community engagement manager for both East and West Garfield Park with the city of Chicago, the department in particular, the CSCC, I had the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to see data every week, how many non-violent shootings took place and how many violent shootings took place. And what I learned, kind of what I already knew, that the spike occurred as the weather got warmer during the summer months. So we're here to start before summer gets here, to start with the leaders of these organizations and say that enough is enough. And we just want to do the best we can to make sure that our summer is safer for our children. And as the summer is safer, we also want to make sure that we are moving forward with activations in the community, that we have things for our young people, our adults, our seniors, our middle-aged people to do. We want to make sure that we created a genre called steppers music. We created a genre called house music. Chicago is the mecca of gospel music. Shout out to my good friend, Pastor DeAndre Patterson. The mecca of it. So we want to be sure that we have gospel events that are going on, gospel concerts in Garfield Park, in LaFollette Park, in Franklin Park, that we have live music events where you can go after work and bring their wife or their husband to sit down inside of Garfield Park and enjoy that type of music. Where we can open our pools. We couldn't open them as well as we wanted to last year, Garfield Park pool, because we didn't have lifeguards. So our young people didn't have the opportunity to enjoy something as simple and refreshing as 2 hours in swimming in a swimming pool. So to reactivate that, make sure we have lifeguards and let's have events at these pools just to get our kids out and enjoy themselves.
I love it. And I love that it's like an all hands on deck thing, right? Now, in a perfect world, everything that we need and want in our communities, we would have it right away. We are not in a perfect world, but we serve a perfect God. And I believe that with the help of the Lord, Jesus will work it out. As Jesus can work it out, we'll be right back. More of Talay Thompson right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Great segment.
What happened now?
We played that song
You
already.
We did. I asked you what song we played already. I did. That's why I gave you the sheet and the
You
pen.
asked me what song was next. I pointed to the one Terrell pointed to.
I
You
said,
talked to me the rest of the show.
I know. When I originally, it was about what song was played.
So guys, thank you so much.
Well, that too.
Oh, thank you, Texie.
But no, I wanted to know because I was crossing off
I waved at
songs.
all of you all because I truly appreciate
I
you
knew this was
spending
next.
time
I
with
wanted
us
to see
here
what had been
virtually,
played.
And I still want you to put up what are some of the three things,
And I
top things that you
and I
like
crossed that out
about
because that was the question I asked you.
now. You know, if you change it about yourself, you talk about it, you can actually do something.
So I
Then do the work. Don't just listen. Do the work. So that
when you
you
introduced
can
the song, you
change.
said,
If we all change ourselves, guess what? Our community, our environment change. We're talking to
you just introduced it again.
Talay Thompson about changing the community and putting.
Oh no, you can, but don't worry about it.
I bet you if each one
like
of
I said,
those
all I'm
people
doing is
who
what y'all
actually murdered one of those
you ask me
eight
what songs
people,
next. I
here's
go
some
through it.
introspective.
He points at it. I point at it.
Yeah, for the record, I'm not appraised of what I do, fam. Zoe put a bunch of slow songs on this Throwback Thursday, Zoe. But that's why I was trying to. Yeah, so it's cool.
What would you do?
I got to get back to sending my songs for Thursday at least.
Thank you, Leticia. Appreciate that. Amazing. Praying for this organization and this event.
Yeah, that's some great stuff. So I'm gonna ask this, and then
I just thought it segued seamlessly for the what we're talking about. That's why I took it.
oh no, it's okay.
We was doing a block club initiative with the WCP on the website. So we was trying to take it out of the police station, get it more to the people.
From the police to the people. I like it. This one is for tomorrow.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
In the show. Send the list, Marcel. Oh, DJ Brandon said he would change. Let DJ Brandon be on the brunch bunch.
Let DJ on the. You trying to take Jarrell's job, DJ B-Lo? Day. All right, you can bring us back in, Jarrell.
Okay, share with me online.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch, and we have a great guest. Brother Talay Thompson is here, the founder of the Westside Block Club Association. And you said something earlier about the block clubs and how important they were and still are. And I think we definitely need to support re-engaging and restarting block clubs, because growing up, of course, in the summer, my favorite thing to do was the block club party.
Yes.
And then we all knew the block club president because it was usually the nosiest neighbor on the block.
But it was a prestigious job.
It was, it was coveted.
Yes.
People wanted to be the block club president, but that helped keep our blocks together. How can individuals who are interested in supporting or participating in the March for Peace and the Summer Ceasefire Agreement get involved?
Okay, that's a great question. Anyone interested in getting involved, shoot over an email to TaleiThompson75@gmail.com. The name is spelled TALEITHOM, P as in Paul, SON, the number 75@gmail.com.
And you guys are doing some great work. I'm sure you are taking donations. How can people who are interested in donating and furthering this cause and championing your cause donate?
This time we're not taking donations. We want to move forward with just the work. So once we get to the halfway point in this summer, we will do this again. And then we will move forward with doing exactly what it is you just recommended.
So save your money, y'all. Save your money.
Well, you know what? I love that, because so many times of course, we have what's called poverty pimps in the community, and there's so many people that start organizations just to raise money, get rich, buy them a Bentley, and say they're giving back, and it don't happen. So to hear that you're not raising money assures that you are really just here to work, and that your heart is in it. So if you want to connect with Talay Thompson and get involved, that's TaleiThompson75@gmail.com. Talay, this is amazing. Shout out to the 5 of 6 game. Do we need to, say which one not involved so we can get somebody involved to get them? Or
I've got 2 quick things to say, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And it will include that. We are in partnership. We aren't doing this ourselves. We are in partnership with the 7 Platoon Jeep Club. The 7 Platoon Jeep Club. So together we organize this. Together we put this together. The Jeeps will be out there with us, side by side. On the right of us and on the left with us, and they will be strolling down Madison Street with us. They are putting together all of the Jeep clubs from around the city to participate. Shout out to the Humboldt Park Jeep Club. We can't wait to see you guys from Humboldt Park on next Saturday. I do want to note that this isn't the first time that a gang truce has taken place. So the elders they've taught us, and what they taught us is that in 1972, in Cook County Jail and in Stateville Penitentiary, that a truce took place, and that truce was called LSD, and that stands for Lords, Stones, and Disciples. And in 1972, the leaders at that time got all of the gangs together, and they just wanted to have a truce, and they moved forward with that, and we just want to reactivate that, man, and just make sure that everybody is on one accord so that we can save lives.
But you know what that says? Over 40 years ago.
40 years ago.
This truce happened, and it is definitely time for us to reactivate and come together. Safe summers. That's what we're looking for, safe summers. So connect. It's all going down April 13th from 11 to 1. You assembling at 10 o'clock on Madison and Independence. So for those of you who feel like walking, and even those who don't feel like walking but want peace on your blocks, you definitely want to connect. April 13th. Get your walking shoes ready and save your money, because it will be time to donate, because we definitely want to see this work continue.
But you get your walking shoes, your walkers, or your scooters. We'll get outside. Right. Listen, we down. Okay, look, grab you a Jeep seat. We gonna make it happen. You know what, Brother Talay? Thank you for the work that you are doing. And the Bible teaches us where your heart is, your treasure will be also.
Yes, sir.
And so if you are believing in the work that Talay is doing, you support this, show it with your heart and your treasures. And It may not be money right now, but it may be time, volunteering, setting up your, re-engaging your block club. Tina,
But it's free to walk.
it's free to walk, April the
Free to
13th.
walk.
Tina said some of those block club presidents just wanted the title to feel important.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. You know
Well,
we're gonna do it.
it takes, you know what? It takes
Us outta here.
understanding that at the end of the day got to end.
day
And we are
gotta
out of
end.
time, but we are never out of content. We encourage you on this Throwback Thursday to keep love alive, and in the spirit of the late great Reverend Evans, no matter what you're going through, go home tonight, pull the covers over your shoulders, and go to sleep because angels are watching over you. I love you, Tamara Fair.
I love you, Action Jackson.
We love you,
believers.
Baby Eminem, we love you. Adam definitely love y'all because he was real quick to say it. Up next is AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390.
Facebook,
I wasn't listening.
Instagram.
You was like, we love you.
Sonia, you was the Block Club president in Inglewood. Okay, that's how you got all of your leadership here.
Of course, we about to get some.
Thank you, Jeff Horner. I love you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you chiming in. I hope to see you guys tomorrow on our last day of the week. We'll have another topic for you, and we will definitely be engaged. Now, for those of you who are looking at my dad's countenance,
Listen,
DM me for
I'm a little
pointers.
delayed.
See you guys.